What is good, YouTube? Quinn Wade coming to you with that instant playoff basketball analysis. We're gonna go live on there on YouTube exclusively on Analysis Playground, and we had to talk about how the Golden State Warriors was able to eliminate the Houston Rockets. The Rockets played a real good game. They tried to do some things and it just didn't work out in their favor. The Warriors had a lot of help too because I feel like the Rockets just flat out blew opportunities, whether it was at the free throw line or making a layup or getting deep in the paint and not being able to finish or making perimeter shots. There's a lot of things that the Rockets could have did better if they really wanted to win this game. It just didn't happen. They ended up losing this game 103-89. They didn't even score 90 points. They didn't even score 100 points. That just can't happen unless you holding your opponent down in points too. But the Warriors, they played like they should have. They used their two best players, and they had a big performance from Buddy Hield to be able to win this game. Somebody was going to get the open shots. Somebody was going to get the opportunities. You just didn't know who it was going to be. And Buddy Hield was that guy along with Draymond that gave them that instant offense when those opportunities arose. So you look at that first quarter where Golden State finished it 23-19. They also was able to handle them in the second quarter 28-20. Then the Rockets try to make their run and make it interesting. They had a 23-19 third quarter to cut some of that lead. And then they ended up losing that fourth quarter 33-27. And the Warriors just showed that they were just a better team tonight, which we knew because the Jimmy Butler happened halfway through the season almost. And the Rockets had their same roster intact basically the majority of the season. So we don't really know how great this record would have been for the Warriors if they would have started with Jimmy Butler, played with them through the entire season. But we do know that they are a totally different team. They play totally different style a little bit with him in that offense and what he can do compared to other guys that they had in those positions. But what I will say is Draymond Green played 40 minutes. He was 7 of 15 from the field, 2 of 8 from 3. He had 6 rebounds, 5 assists, 1 steal, 2 blocks, 1 turnover, 4 personal fouls. He was a plus 18 and plus minus. He finished with 16 points. It was good to see, the defense was able to be there when they needed it, and he was able to do it consistently throughout the game. But his playmaking still was there. He was left open a lot of times, was able to burn the Rockets because of that. And that's just why he has to read the defense sometimes. And he's been around long enough to know what he should do in those situations, and it worked out tonight for him. Jimmy Butler was 7 of 13 from the field, 2 or 3 from 3, and 4 or 5 from the free throw line. We know playoff Jimmy was going to have 20 or more points in this game, and he hit them when they mattered. The free throws went down, the jump shots went down when the game was on the line and the Rockets was trying to steal the game. Couldn't happen because Jimmy said, no, we got the lead. Let's keep it. Let's play it safe. And sometimes that works. Sometimes it doesn't. Some people call it playing not to lose. But they was dropping the clock because they trusted their defense. And even though the Rockets did go on a run, they wasn't able to keep it below double figures that long. But he did have 8 rebounds, 7 assists, 1 steal, 1 turnover, 1 personal foul. He was a plus 10 and plus minus. He finished with 20. Wardell Stephen Curry, the second, 8 of 16 from the field, 4 of 10 from 3, 2 of 2 from the free throw line. He did a lot of his damage also in the fourth quarter to close him out. He had 22 points and 10 rebounds, so a double-double. He was the only guy on the team that got a double-double tonight. He also had 7 assists, 2 steals, 2 blocks, 2 turnovers, and 3 personal fouls. He's a plus 16 and plus minus. I think that's really good to see. He did what his team needed to do. He picked up in other areas to help make sure his team was able to win. And then he was able to make big shots, in the fourth quarter to make sure the lead was going to be out of reach to guarantee victory at home. And it's tough to beat, a great playoff team at home. And we knew the Warriors was capable of it because they did it already, but they was able to do it in a closeout game too and even hold them, down, bad in points. So Buddy Hield was 12 of 15 from the field, 9 of 11 from 3. He had 3 rebounds, 1 on his offensive, 3 assists, 1 steal, 2 blocks, 1 personal foul. He was a plus 17 and plus minus. He ended up having 33 points, which was amazing. Like, this was probably the best game of Buddy Hield's career just because it was in the playoffs. They could have got eliminated, and they needed him badly to the point they started him. And for him to barely miss a three this entire game after taking double digits in attempts just shows you how valuable he can be to any team if he can do this every night. He didn't do this every game of the series, but he picked the right time to do it. And it was good to see. And I like the fact that he was out there doing what he could defensively and making things happen. And that's something that you got to be proud of him about, too. Podziemski, 4 of 12 from the field, 1 of 7 from three. Didn't really have it going tonight. He didn't really play that well this entire series, honestly. But he did have 3 rebounds and 2 assists in the block, 2 turnovers, 2 personal fouls, a +5 and plus minus. He was the only starter to not get in double figures in points because he finished with 9. And he didn't shoot that great from three. He took some questionable shots that you probably feel that he shouldn't have taken also. And you just want him to find a way to do some things simpler. If he can just do the simple things, you'll just be a lot happier with him if he can't score. Jonathan Kuminga had a bad game. He was 0-1 from three, 0-4 from the field. He had a rebound, a steal, and also a turnover. He was a -4 and plus minus. He finished with 0 points. Kevon Looney was 1 of 2 from the field, 1 of 2 from the free throw line. He did get 4 rebounds, and one of them was offensive with a block. 2 personal fouls. He had 3 points. Trace Jackson Davis played a couple seconds, so he didn't really do much when he was out there. Same with Santos. And then Quentin Post played 3 minutes. He didn't do anything because of that. Played a small amount. He was a +2 and a plus minus. Moses Moody played 11 minutes. He went 0 of 5 from the field and 0 of 3 from the three-point line, but he did get 3 rebounds. At the end of the game, he had 1 personal foul, but he was a +6 and plus minus. Pat Spencer didn't do anything but play a couple seconds, so he didn't impact any statistical category. So the bench wasn't really needed, wasn't really used that much in this game, and it didn't really matter because they got it done in a really good way. 39 of 82, 47% from the field, 18 of 43, 41% from three, 7 of 9, 77% from the free throw line, 38 rebounds, 24 assists, 6 steals, 8 blocks, 7 turnovers, and 14 personal fouls. And then you look at the Houston Rockets. Nobody really played on this team. They went all in on their roster, best players, just like the Warriors, which makes a lot of sense. Amen Thompson was 9 of 16 from the field, 0-1 from three, 66 from the free throw line, 9 rebounds, 3 of them was offensive with 3 assists, a steal in the block, 2 personal fouls, -11 and plus minus. He ended up having 24 points, which was the most off the Rockets tonight, and they needed it because they kept giving him so much space and so many opportunities to score. It's kind of like, I gotta take it. They're gonna play me like that. I feel that I can make that shot, and that's the mentality he's gonna have to continue to have because people don't look at him as an offensive player. And if you got those type of opportunities, you definitely take advantage of them and try to put the ball in the basket. He did that tonight. He did it efficiently. He was also able to get to the free throw line a couple times. So you gotta like his mentality shifting over the season and just being confident in his role. Dylan Brooks, 3 of 9 from the field, 0 of 3 from the three-point line, 2 of 2 from the free throw line, 2 rebounds, 1 was offensive, 1 assist, 1 steal, 2 turnovers, 3 personal fouls. He was a -6 and plus minus. He ended up finishing with 8 points. I like what he did, but you just needed more from him tonight. He just needed to be in double figures. He needed to get more turnovers or create more chaos. He just didn't do enough tonight, and that was unfortunate because it was an elimination game. But he could have did more. Alperen Sengun, 9 of 23 from the field, 1 of 1 from three, 2 of 4 from the free throw line. He had 21 points, 14 boards, 3 of them was offensive, 5 assists, 1 steal, 1 block, 3 turnovers. He did have 5 personal fouls. He finished as a -12, which was the highest, tied with Tari Eason off the bench. Other than that, I didn't really like what he was doing. Sometimes it just seemed like he got deep post position and just couldn't finish, just couldn't make the opportunities, just couldn't get a foul, but he wanted the foul, but he also missed free throws in the fourth quarter. That just can't happen when you're already trailing. You got an opportunity where you could have cut the lead to 6, but him and Jalen Green couldn't make their free throws. So it was just a look at if you can't give him the ball and guarantee a basket or get close to the baskets you want, like what is you really doing sometimes offensively? Because he's not really creating the shots that you want to be proud of. He's making shots because he has the opportunity, but he's not dominating the games. He's not putting you in tough situations. He's not scaring you when he has the ball. All you have to do really is just guard this man straight up, and you'll be happy with the results. And you can't really say that about other great players. Most of them, you got to double team them or trap them. I just feel like this guy, Şengün, just give him the ball, let him post up, and let him do what he's trying to do, and just live with the result. And I think even having a guy like Draymond, he doesn't mind that. Like, if you're going to try to come straight at me, I'm going to just defend you to the best of my ability, live with the result. And like I said, he only got to the free throw line. He only shot 4 free throws, and that was it. And the rest of it was really just trying to score one-on-one, and it didn't really work that much. Fred VanVleet was 6 of 13 from the field, 3 of 6 from 3, 2 of 2 from the free throw line, 7 rebounds, 2 of them was offensive, 3 assists, 2 steals, 3 turnovers, 4 personal fouls, a -5 and plus minus. He ended up having 17 points. He ended up playing good the last couple games. They needed him to make more shots from the perimeter. They need him looking for the ability to score in other ways, and he did that tonight. There's nothing much he could have had done, but probably made or took more shots. Other than that, I think he played a really good game defensively. I think he played a good game offensively. The guy that disappeared again, besides Dylan Brooks, was Jalen Green. He was 3 of 8 from the field, 0 of 2 from the 3-point line, 2 of 3 from the free throw line. He only had 8 points. They didn't really use him that much. They didn't really trust him with the ball in his hands that much. And even when he did, he was just so indecisive that he took himself out the game sometimes. But he had 4 rebounds, 1 assist, and a block. He was a -6 and plus minus, and that was his night. If you're going to be the guy that you feel like you can be, you have to do it when it matters the most. You did it one time in this series and never really was able to do it again. And I think that sucks if you're a Rockets fan, because if he has at least 20, you win this game probably, especially if Şengün finishes more of his opportunities around the rim. I mean, if you're going to post up and go straight at people, you got to be able to take the contact and you got to be able to finish. If you're a big man, then especially when you're the biggest guy on the court and the tallest guy on the court, you got to use that to your advantage. And it just didn't happen enough. Jabari Smith Jr. was 1 of 5 from the field, 1 of 3 from the 3-point line. I feel like he forced and took some tough shots, even though he made one that was tough from 3. I don't know why he was doing it, though, because he had a lot of shot clock time, before he even had to take those shots. He didn't really need to do it. But 3 points, 4 rebounds, 2 of them was offensive. He was a -9 and plus minus. Tari Eason, 2 of 6 from the field, 1 of 2 from 3, 0 of 2 from the free throw line. 5 rebounds, 1 of those offensive with an assist and 2 blocks, 2 turnovers, a -12 and plus minus. He finished with 5 points. A good game. He also missed free throws in a time of need, and he missed both of them. So that sucked when he did that. But, the Rockets, they was dealing some damage to themselves in this game. Steven Adams, 1 of 4 from the field, 1 of 2 from the free throw line. He did